If you live in the swamp, you die by the swamp, which is why it's good once in a while to peek your head above the gators in the media and see what's really happening on dry land. Places like Saginaw, Michigan, a town in a swing state that went for Trump in 2016, Axios, a thing, held a focus group of voters who had once voted for Obama but now are for Trump. It's a small sample, but it's still a window into the real world that most media prefer to board up. The gist? These voters see impeachment as a bust, a distraction that wastes time and money, and worse, a ploy to regain political power. In some, they see what CNN would rather keep secret from you. What drives these beliefs? A profound distrust in the media's Trump obsession, including their drooling impeachment coverage. They're like sullen teens at a Comic-Con, battling an imaginary villain and thinking it's all true. But the more they attack Trump, the better he looks, and the crazier they look, because the attacks come off as deeply emotional hatred of the voters themselves, the people who put Trump in office and still don't regret it. So why take advice from thin-skinned, half-educated trolls who mock you behind your back while denying that Trump's done anything good? You shouldn't. With impeachment, the media are kids at the wheel, unable to navigate the twists and turns of reality, skidding into an idiotic premise that this will all work out. It won't. So every day they crawl through their own wreckage, believing they have everything under control, even while they fly headfirst through reality. A lot of mixed analogies in there, Dana.
I was trying to keep up.
Me too, but I still liked it. I think I made a good point there. You want to see what evil former President Obama said about men and women, Dana? This is outrageous.
Okay.
All right, where's the quote? Now, women, I just want you to know you are not perfect, but what I can say pretty indisputably is that you're better than most of us. I'm absolutely confident that for 2 years, if every nation on earth was run by women, you would see a significant improvement across the board on just about everything, living standards and outcomes. He should be impeached.
He sounds like a man that is married to his wife and has 2 daughters, right? Because that's, is reinforcing that.
You think he stayed out too late one night?
I have a couple of thoughts on this.
Okay, I'd like to hear them.
So there have been some great women leaders. Right? I wrote down a couple. Margaret Thatcher.
Yes.
Okay.
Never heard of her, but she's good.
Ellen Sirleaf Johnson. She was the first democratically elected woman in Africa. Jacinda Ardern. She's down there in New Zealand. And Christine Lagarde. Okay, so there's a bunch. But there are also some that haven't been so good.
Yeah.
So how about Theresa May?
Terrible.
She had that opportunity,
Awful.
and she was not able to lead. And then
Yes.
I'm going to mention one other one, and it was somebody that the Bush administration supported and that the Obama administration supported, and she's turned out to be an evil person, and that is Aung San Suu Kyi of Burma. She's an absolutely disgraceful person that we helped and now is basically defending genocide. So it's not always the case.
Where do you put Angela Merkel in this? I'm not.
I had her right in the middle, like on the line.
Yeah, me too.
Some good things, some not so good things. The other thing I would mention on this, I love this sample that they got from these voters because it reminds me of what happened in, for example, Texas in the 1980s. In the 1970s, like everybody was a Democrat. And then Reagan came along, and he was able to change their minds, and they never left. So they have been Republicans and conservatives ever since.
Yeah. But I mean, a focus group is not.
I know. Yeah, I will give you that.
Totally true.
That, right?
I will give you.
and in fact, I think it's the case that in a previous Axios focus group, you had most of the people saying we can't stand Trump's personality, and they wish Obama would run again. So you get in a
that
situation.
was a rigged one.
Yeah, it was a rigged one. Whenever it's your way, okay.
Right.
But I think that only 2 of the 10 in the Axios group said that they definitely will vote for Trump. So you have 80% who are kind of unsure, but voicing their opinion.
And they're hiding it because they know it's an unpopular opinion among the media.
No, I don't think that's it. But I do think that one thing that's really true is this is going to be a very close election.
You think so?
Yeah, I do think so. I think Trump has a strong position. He's the incumbent. He has the bully pulpit. He can set the media agenda with his Twitter feed. Democrats can win. But I think that you got to say, I mean, it's not going to be easy for the Democrats because Trump has such a strong, by the way, strong position in media.
Yes.
The media is defending, is his firewall at this moment, because otherwise, if people really looked at the facts, I don't think they favor
I
Trump.
read your column, and I think it's the black vote that's going to bring Trump into re-election. I agreed with what you said.
You read one of my comments? What the hell is going on?
Greg, we need to talk about that.
I enjoyed every word of it. Dagan, what are your thoughts? You could talk about Obama's opinions about women, or this focus group? Or you can talk about both. Mix them together.
It's fine to flatter women. Again, men do that when they want something or they've done something wrong. It's a honey, I'm going to the Super Bowl and leaving you at home with the kids kind of flattery. But they also need to stop telling men what is wrong with them. You saw this in 2016 where white working class men, blue collar men did not go for Hillary. That's why Trump won Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. You saw it again in the British election last week where strongholds for labor since before World War II flipped to the Conservative Party. Stop talking down to these individuals. And Trump has a leg up again because of the new Mexico-Canada trade deal, which is a handout to the unions. You're talking about 76,000 just auto jobs created in the next few years.
What do you think, Jesse? Which story piques your interest?
Here's how dumb the Democrats are, Greg.
Okay.
How dumb are they, Jesse? I will tell you. The Democrats are so dumb. All the white working class voters that voted for Obama and then switched and voted for Trump, the Democrats are now just calling racist. Instead of winning them back, they're just calling them racist.
Yeah.
For instance, the other day at the Army-Navy game, there's cadets playing the circle game like this or whatever. It's a game everyone plays, and now they're calling them white nationalists. And this is why. Twitter has been so bad for the Democratic Party. They think these vegan, activist, socialist feminists are the majority of the party when actually they're a very, very small, fringe, dark extreme. And they're following along off the cliff with these people. Now, also, they've coastalized themselves. All of the leadership among the Democrats, New York or California, Nancy, Schiff, Schumer, Nadler, they're all these coastal people. They have no idea what's going on in the rest of the country, and that's why they're going to lose the Electoral College. And then lastly, Trump has tapped into this economic populism, this American nationalism, and the Democrats didn't see it coming because it's patriotic. And everybody agrees with it. Strong borders, low taxes, a belief in American heritage, the flag, our history, our traditions, low gas prices, American energy independence, all that good stuff. All that good stuff that a majority of the people of this country want, he's got.
By the way,
and I don't think they're ever going to take that away.
By the way, who called him a racist? I didn't hear anybody yell racist. And by the way, if you
I've heard every single person in the media, on the left, say, if you support Donald Trump, you're a racist.
Well, I think you might be supporting
That's
someone who
happening
has
in Britain,
racially
too.
inflammatory views.
all over the
By
place.
the way, if you excuse those kids at the Army-Navy game, you are going to excuse people who do white supremacist gestures.
Wait, what? The circle game is white supremacy?
That's no circle game, brother. That's
How do you know, Juan?
Because I find it offensive, Jesse, and I think that if
Okay,
you
Juan,
say, "Oh, it's
lighten up,
okay,"
Juan.
let
It's
them
not
know.
a racist
lighten up.
symbol.
Lighten
They're
up.
just having fun on
I'll tell you what.
camera.
Okay.
Yeah, you try being me and lighten up on white supremacy. That's
It's not white
identity politics.
supremacy.
Juan,
It's a game.
circle game. Google this. Everybody's doing it.
All right.